Hey class, today we're going to work on adding and subtracting decimals. We're going to go ahead and start with adding decimals. Here we go. Okay, so one thing you got to remember about adding and subtracting decimals is always add. I was going somewhere with that. Always line up your decimals, okay? Always line up your decimals. So here we go. First example. Well, let's go ahead and write this down. Always line up your decimals, okay? It's very important. Always line up your decimals. You should be writing this down on your paper, okay? All right, so example 1. Find the sum. Okay, S-U-M. Find the, it's kind of hard to see that right there. I'm going to write it a little bit bigger. Sum. Okay, S-U-M. Find the sum. Now remember, sum is the answer to an addition problem. Okay, it's important to remember that. You're going to see that in word problems later, okay? So sum is the answer to an addition problem. All right, so here's our first example is 45.12 plus 9.457. Okay, now the ways you can say, other ways you can say besides 45.12 is 45 and 12 hundredths, 9 and 457 thousandths. But we can just say 0.12 and 0.457 is also fine. Okay. Now, right now, this problem is horizontal, left to right. We need to write it up and down, and we cannot forget this statement that we had up here. Always line up your decimals. Okay, it's very important. So here we go. We're going to line up our decimals. So we're going to write this one first, just because it comes first. So 45.12 plus, and we got to line up that decimal right here. The decimal is going to be right here. That means the 9's right here, and the 457 is right there. Okay. Now, what do we put in blank spaces? I'll write that over here. Put zeros in blank spaces. Okay? Put zeros in blank spaces. Right here we have a blank space. We got to put a 0 right there. Okay? Now, we add this problem just like as if it was 45,120 plus 9,457 with one difference. We have to bring down that decimal straight down. That decimal needs to come straight down right here. Then we just add it like normal. 0 plus 7, well, that's 7. 2 plus 5, that's 7. 1 plus 4, that's 5. 5 plus 9, that's 14. Carry my 1. 4 plus 1, that's 5. Okay, and so this is our answer. 54.577 or 54 and 577 thousandths. Okay? All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and do our next example. We're going to leave that up there because that's important. Okay, that's important for you to know. Sum is the answer to an addition problem. Put zeros in blank space. So here we go. Here's our next example. Example 2. We have 7. Let's go ahead and write this down here. 7.8 plus 3.14 plus 8.5. And what is that equal to? We don't know yet. Okay, so 7.8 plus 3.14 or 3.14 plus 8.5. Okay, let's go ahead. So the first thing, we're going to add these two together first, and then we're going to add the next one. Now, again, you could add them, you can add them at the same time, but again, I just want to do it piece by piece so I don't get lost. Okay, so 7.8 plus 3.14. Remember, always line up your decimals when you're adding decimal. Decimal, what goes in blank spaces? There it is. Put zeros in blank spaces, and we just add it like normal. Bring down our decimal. We can do it up front. We can do it at the end, but I'm doing it at the beginning so we don't forget. 0 plus 4 is 4. 8 plus 1, that's 9. 7 plus 3, well, that's 10, so we got to go ahead and just write the 10 right there. Now, are we finished? This is the most common mistake, is to stop here and say, oh, I'm done. No, we're done with these two. 1, 2, we've got to come back for the 8.5. Got to come back for the 8.5, so we're going to do 10.94 plus, now we're going to line up this decimal, 8.5. Now, what goes in blank spaces? 0. Now we just add it like normal. Bring down our decimal. 4 plus 0 is 4. 9 plus 5, that's 14. Carry my 1. 8 plus 0 plus 1, that's 9. Bring down my 1. Okay, we can put a 0 here if we really want to. 0 plus 1 is just that 1. And so our answer comes out to be 19.4 or 19 and 44 hundredths, right? And so that's how we're going to go ahead and add these decimals. Our next video will be about subtracting decimals. Okay? Thanks for watching, guys.